Hi, it's Linda Vandermeer from the Bubble and Sweet blog. Today I'm showing you how to make sugar cookie dough and the type of sugar cookie dough that you can cut out and decorate. So you can cut it into shapes and it will bake. It won't really lose its shape there. You can make like different shapes here. And it's got a nice vanilla sweet taste, so you can decorate it any way you like. So what you need to make it is you need 460 grams of flour, or that's 16 1/4 ounces, 220 grams or 7 3/4 ounces of sugar, 1 egg, 230 grams of butter or 8 1/4 ounces, and I've cut this up into little cubes and it's at room temperature, a teaspoon of vanilla, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So to start off, what we need to do is we need to cream our butter with the sugar, and I'm going to get that going over in my mixer. I've got a stand mixer, which makes it easy, but if you've just got a normal handheld mixer, that's fine. Okay, so I've mixed it for a little while, and it's starting to come together, but it's not cream, so I just want to show it to you. That's not enough. Keep on going. Okay, and you might just want to stop it every now and then to scrape the sides down. Okay, so that looks okay now. What I need to do now is add the egg and vanilla. So just pop it in. When I was creaming on a high speed, but with this, I reduce it down to medium speed, medium-low. And then finally mix in all the dry ingredients. It's the flour, salt, and the baking powder. Okay, so when the mixture's ready, it will pretty much come together in a dough like that. And you can just shape it into a disc. You need to wrap it in some plastic wrap and pop it into the fridge to firm up for at least 30 minutes or so. Chilled this dough now. I actually left this overnight, and what you need to do now is roll it out so you can cut your shapes out of it. I usually work with a smaller piece, I don't use the whole lot, and because I chilled it overnight, it's going to be really, really hard. But that's okay. I just cut a bit off. Just get some plain flour or all-purpose flour. Dust the workbench a bit. I've got a rolling pin. This is just a plain wooden rolling pin. And I just need to work the dough a bit. Like I said, this one's really hard because I left it overnight. But that won't be a problem. I'll just knead it a bit. I'm not very strong, so it takes me a little while to do it. Okay. It's really warm here at the moment where I am, so I'm a bit worried to leave it out. In winter, I just leave it out to cool down for a while. And the room temperature is pretty good to roll out. But here in summer, it just becomes a big sticky mess if I leave it out for too long. So I just turn it to stop it from sticking to the workbench every time I give it a bit of a roll. Turning it also makes sure that it's pretty even. If you were just pushing the one way, you probably ended up with a bit thinner on this side and thicker on this side, which you don't want for your cookies. Okay, then you just get the shape you want to cut out. Push it in. And you end up with a cookie, ready to bake. So I just use these trays over here. Trays are just from IKEA, lined with some baking paper. And I pop this in the fridge or the freezer for a little while to chill up again. And then I bake them in an oven at 160 degrees Celsius or 325 Fahrenheit for about 12 minutes or so, less if it's a smaller cookie or longer if it's a bigger cookie. Okay, you can just re-knead this dough as long as it's still quite cool. Once it starts to get sticky, you might want to wrap it up in some plastic and pop it back in the fridge to firm up again. See, it's a bit easier to roll out this time. Thanks, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.